How to fix Rockstar Games Services Authentication Error in Rage. MP. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, our team is diving deep into a frustrating authentication error that occurs when launching Rage multiplayer. We found that the Rockstar Games services frequently fail to authenticate, especially when players attempt to use the legacy version of the game. During our testing, we analyzed systems that had both the legacy and enhanced versions of the game installed simultaneously. We discovered that this dual installation can confuse the Rockstar Games launcher directory paths. To fix this, we need to apply a systematic approach to clear the authentication block. First, we verified that simply waiting for a period of time can sometimes resolve the initial authentication error. The Rockstar servers occasionally apply temporary rate limits to IP addresses requesting continuous access. If you have patience, letting the server time out naturally might clear the prompt entirely. If waiting is not an option, our team found a faster network-level solution. You can manually reset your network IP address by restarting your router. Unplug your modem from the power source, wait for 60 seconds, and plug it back in to assign a fresh IP address to your local network. For a more thorough network refresh, we recommend flushing your local DNS cache directly in Windows. Open the command prompt as an administrator and type the flush command before hitting enter. This clears outdated network configurations that might be blocking the Rockstar authentication servers. Next, we need to address the local profile data stored by the Rockstar Games launcher. Navigate to your System Documents folder and locate the Rockstar Games directory. Delete the Social Club folder inside it to force the launcher to download a fresh set of authentication files. Sometimes, the initial authentication error transforms into a crash prompt after applying the network fixes. In our analysis, we encountered a secondary error stating that the legacy version exited unexpectedly. This usually points to a graphics or configuration mismatch within the game engine itself. When confronted with this unexpected exit error, the prompt itself suggests launching the game in safe mode. We tested clicking the Safe Mode button to launch the game with reduced graphics settings. This helps bypass corrupted display configurations that trigger the immediate crash. If Safe Mode does not stabilize the client, you must verify the integrity of your game files. Open the platform where you own the base game and use the built-in repair tool. We found that replacing corrupted legacy executable files often stops the sudden crashes. Another critical step is to run both Rage multiplayer and the Rockstar Games launcher with administrative privileges. Right-click on both application shortcuts, select Properties, and check the box to run as an administrator. This grants the required permissions for the software to read and write authentication tokens. We also investigated potential interference from background security software and integrated firewalls. Third-party antivirus programs frequently flag the Rage multiplayer injector as a false positive during startup. We advise temporarily disabling real-time protection to see if it allows the authentication to proceed. If the launcher still fails to connect, checking your Windows Defender Firewall outbound rules is essential. Ensure that both the launcher and the multiplayer client are allowed through the firewall on private and public networks. Blocking outbound connections will instantly trigger the Rockstar services communication error. Outdated network adapter drivers can also disrupt the secure connection required by the Rockstar authentication servers. We suggest opening the device manager and checking for updates under your network adapters. Installing the latest drivers ensures stable communication with the game servers. In cases where the IP reset fails to stabilize the connection, disabling the IP6 protocol can be highly effective. Navigate to your network adapter properties and uncheck the Internet Protocol version 6 box. We have found that forcing the connection over standard IP4 resolves many complex routing anomalies. For persistent launcher issues, A complete reinstall of the Rockstar game's launcher software is necessary. Uninstall the application via the control panel and clear any remaining temporary files in the app data directory. Download the latest version directly from the official website and perform a clean installation. We also recommend clearing the general Windows temporary files that might conflict with the game cache data. Press the Windows key with R, type %temp%, and delete all the files in that folder. This prevents corrupted cache remnants from interfering with the game startup sequence. If every single troubleshooting step fails, our team confirmed one final, definitive software solution. We executed a complete Windows reset, which entirely wiped out all conflicting software and registry errors. After resetting the computer, the game launched perfectly without any authentication or crash issues. While resetting the operating system is a drastic measure, it proved highly effective in resolving deeply rooted system conflicts. After the system reset, make sure to reinstall the legacy version carefully in a dedicated folder. This ensures the clean environment remains intact for future multiplayer gaming sessions. We always advise maintaining up-to-date system files and minimizing overlapping game versions to prevent these critical errors. Keeping your software environment clean is the absolute best defense against complex multiplayer client crashes. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.